Hello, everyone. I meet so many people every day, students, professionals, travelers, who tell me the same thing again and again. I can understand English, but I just can't speak. And when I hear that, I totally get it, because I've been there too. Imagine this. You're watching an English movie and you understand every word. You're nodding, smiling, maybe even laughing. But when someone suddenly asks you a simple question in English, like, "Hey, how's your day?" Your brain freezes. You know what to say, but your mouth doesn't move. You're stuck. You feel shy. You start thinking, why can't I speak when I understand everything? Well, my friend, that's what today's video is all about. We're going to break this problem down like never before. The real reasons behind it, the science behind it, and most importantly, the steps you can take today to fix it. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand why you can't speak English fluently yet, you'll know exactly how to overcome it one day at a time with simple real-life practice. But before we begin, I want to ask you two questions. Question 1. When was the last time you wanted to speak English but stopped yourself because you were afraid to make a mistake? Question 2. Do you believe understanding is more important than speaking, or the other way around? Comment your answers below. I read every comment and I'd love to know your thoughts. All right, let's begin. Part 1. Why you can understand but can't speak. Let's be honest. Understanding English is easy compared to speaking it. You can sit quietly, listen, and your brain does the work for you. But speaking is active. It requires courage, coordination, and confidence. Let me explain something most people don't realize. There are two types of English learning: passive learning and active learning. Passive learning is when you watch movies, listen to podcasts, or read English books. You're receiving information. Active learning, on the other hand, is when you produce English, when you actually speak, write, or think in English. Most learners spend 90% of their time in passive mode. They listen, read, and understand. But they rarely practice active speaking. That's like going to the gym and watching others lift weights. You understand the technique, but your muscles never grow. And that's what happens with English speaking. Your brain understands the language. It recognizes patterns, pronunciation, and vocabulary. But your mouth has never practiced producing those words naturally. Speaking is a muscle. If you don't train it, it won't move smoothly. In the US, I met a girl named Jessica, originally from Mexico. She'd been living in New York for 5 years. She understood English perfectly, movies, songs, everything. But she couldn't speak confidently at work. One day she told me, "Alex, I just get scared that people will laugh at my accent." That fear of being judged is another major reason people stop themselves from speaking. So here's the truth. You don't have a language problem. You have a confidence problem. Part 2. The psychology behind it. Let's dive a little deeper. Our brain works in 2 stages when it comes to communication. 1. Understanding input. Listening and reading. 2. producing output, speaking and writing. When you understand English, the information goes into your passive memory. But to speak, it must come from your active memory. Asterisk. And the only way to build active memory is by speaking again and again. Imagine a road. The more cars drive on it, the smoother it becomes. If no cars use it, it becomes rough and blocked. That's exactly how your English-speaking road in your brain works. The more you use it, the faster the flow becomes. When you stay silent, that road gets rusty. So, even though you understand everything, your speaking road is blocked by hesitation, self-doubt, and lack of practice. Now many people tell me, "Alex, I don't have anyone to talk to in English." But here's the secret. You don't need anyone at first. You can start by talking to yourself. Yes, I'm serious. Stand in front of a mirror and say your daily routine in English. Hi, my name is Alex. I wake up at 7 a.m. I make coffee. I go to work in San Francisco. You'll notice something magical. At first, your brain feels heavy. You think too much. But after a few days, your words start to flow. That's your active English memory waking up. Part 3. The fear factor. Let's talk about fear. In the US, people are pretty open about speaking, even if they make mistakes. But for many of us who come from other countries, we grow up thinking, if I make a mistake, people will laugh. That fear kills our progress before it begins. That fear kills our progress before it begins. Here's what you must remember. Every fluent speaker was once a beginner. Even Native Americans in Los Angeles or Chicago make grammar mistakes in daily speech. They just don't care. That's what makes them fluent. Not perfection, but confidence. So, from today, stop aiming for perfect English. Aim for comfortable English. When you speak comfortably, you sound natural. If you make a mistake, smile and continue. The world won't stop. People appreciate your effort more than your accuracy. Part 4. How to activate your speaking skill. Let's get practical. Here are some real, proven steps you can follow, even if you live alone or don't have anyone to practice with. Step 1. Speak to yourself. Every morning, describe your day in English. For example, today I'm going to meet my friend John at Starbucks. I'll probably order a latte and talk about our weekend plans. This trains your brain to think in English sentences. Step 2. Use the shadowing technique. Watch a YouTube video or a Netflix show in English. Listen to one line, pause, and repeat exactly like the speaker. It improves pronunciation, rhythm, and fluency. Example. Watch Friends or The Office. Repeat after the characters. Feel the tone, speed, and style. Step 3. Stop translating. When you think in your native language first, your brain slows down. Start thinking directly in English. For instance, don't think, "Main coffee bana raha hoon." Then translate to, "I am making coffee." Just think, "I'm making coffee." Step 4. Learn phrases, not words. Native speakers use phrases, not single words. Instead of learning hungry, learn, "I'm starving." "I could eat a horse." That's how real Americans speak. Step 5. Join an English-speaking community. In the US, there are local meetup groups, like English conversation clubs. But if you're not there, find online communities or join English Discord servers. Every small conversation helps. Step 6. Record yourself. Record your own voice. It's weird at first, but it helps you fix pronunciation and build confidence. Part 5. The real secret. Your mindset. Here's something no English teacher talks about enough. Your mindset. You will never speak English confidently until you stop seeing it as an exam subject and start seeing it as a skill. Skills grow only with use, not with study. So instead of saying, I will learn English, say, I will live in English. Use English in your thoughts, your phone settings, your grocery list, your morning journal. Everywhere. In Los Angeles, I met a guy named Ethan who improved his speaking in just 6 months. Do you know what he did? He changed everything in his life to English. His phone, Netflix, even his Google Assistant. He started talking to himself while driving. He didn't care who was listening. And now he speaks fluently. The secret is not more grammar books. The secret is more English in your life. Part 6. Your daily speaking plan. Here's a simple 7-day challenge you can start from today. Day 1. Talk about your morning routine in English for 5 minutes. Day 2. Describe your favorite movie scene. Day 3. Talk about a memory from childhood. Day 4. Pretend you're giving directions in New York City. Day 5. Talk about your dream job. Day 6. Record a 2-minute English video of yourself. Day 7. Watch the video, note your mistakes, and try again. If you follow this for just 1 week, you'll start noticing real progress. Part 8. My personal story. From understanding to speaking. You know, I remember when I first came to the United States. I was so excited. Everything looked like the movies. Clean streets, tall buildings, and people always smiling and saying, "How's it going?" I understood everything they said. I could watch American shows like Friends or Modern Family and laugh at the jokes. But the moment I had to speak, everything changed. One day, I went to a coffee shop in San Francisco, my favorite city. I walked up to the counter and the barista asked, "Hey, what can I get started for you?" And I froze. My brain started searching for the words. I knew what I wanted, a caramel latte, but suddenly my mind went blank. I looked at her, smiled awkwardly, and said, "Uh, coffee." She smiled kindly, but I could feel my face turning red. I walked out thinking, why can't I speak like them? I understand everything, but I can't say anything fast. That day changed me. I realized English isn't just a subject, it's a habit. And the only way to build that habit is to use it, daily, casually, naturally. So that night, I made a promise to myself. I'd speak English every single day, no matter how small the conversation was. Even if I had no one to talk to, I'd talk to myself. Part 9. How I started training myself. The first few days were hard. I would stand in front of my mirror in my apartment in Los Angeles and say things like, "Hi, my name is Alex. I live in California. I'm learning to speak English better." It sounded robotic at first, but I kept doing it. Then I started describing what I was doing in real time. For example, "I'm brushing my teeth right now. I'm making breakfast. I'm going to work." Sounds simple, right? But this habit slowly started building my thinking and English skill. Instead of translating from my native language, I started directly forming thoughts in English. That's when my fluency started improving. Not overnight, but gradually. After a week, I went back to that same coffee shop. This time, when the barista asked, "Hey, what can I get started for you?" I smiled and said, "Can I get a medium caramel latte, please?" She replied, "Sure thing." "Anything else?" I said, "No, that's all." Thank you. It felt like victory. Not because of grammar, not because of accent, but because I finally spoke without fear. Part 10. Why most learners stay stuck. Let's talk about why most people stay stuck at the "I can understand but I can't speak" level. It's not lack of intelligence. It's not lack of grammar. It's a mix of these five things. 1. Fear of mistakes. You think, "What if people laugh?" 2. Overthinking. You try to make the perfect sentence before speaking. 3. Lack of practice. You understand, but you never speak out loud. 4. Comparing yourself. You compare your English with others. 5. No real-life connection. You study English only from books, not from real situations. If you look at native speakers, they don't care about mistakes. They focus on communication. Even little kids in America speak freely. Because they don't worry about grammar, they just speak. So from now on, I want you to think like a child. Don't worry about rules. Just talk. Just try. Part 11. Real-life examples from the U.S. Let me give you some practical examples from everyday American life. Example 1. At a grocery store, New York City. Cashier. "Hi there, how are you today?" You. "I'm good, thanks. How about you?" Cashier. "I'm great. Did you find everything okay?" You. "Yes, I did, thank you." That's it. A simple, short conversation. But it's a powerful start. Example 2. At a restaurant, Los Angeles. Waiter. "Hi, welcome. Are you ready to order?" You. "Yes, I'd like the grilled chicken sandwich, please." Waiter. "Would you like fries or salad with that?" You. "Fries, please." That's how daily confidence builds. Example 3. Small talk at work, Chicago. Colleague. "Hey, did you watch the game last night?" You. "Yeah, I did. It was amazing. I can't believe they won in overtime." This is how Americans connect. Small talk, light humor, and easy energy. You don't need advanced vocabulary to sound fluent. You need comfort. Part 12. Daily exercises that changed my speaking. Here are some practical exercises you can try right now. Things that worked for me when I lived in the U.S. 1. The mirror talk. Stand in front of the mirror and talk for 5 minutes. Describe your thoughts, plans, or feelings. Example. Today, I'm going to the park. It's a sunny day. I feel good. Maybe I'll read a book. This builds your comfort with your own voice. 2. The Voice Note Challenge. Record a 1-minute audio message in English every day. Choose a topic. Your favorite movie, your dream, your routine. Listen again after a week. You'll be shocked how much better you sound. 3. The No English, No Eat trick. Before every meal, speak one sentence in English aloud. No sentence equals no food. It forces you to practice daily. 4. The shadowing technique. Advanced level. Choose a YouTube video, like a TED Talk. Play one sentence, pause, and repeat exactly how the speaker said it. This improves pronunciation, tone, and rhythm. Part 13. Why grammar isn't everything. When I first started learning English, I used to study grammar like a textbook nerd. I memorized rules, tenses, prepositions, conditionals, everything. But when I had to speak, all those rules made me freeze. Then one day, an American friend, John, told me something that changed my mindset. He said, "Alex, grammar is like seasoning, not the main dish." He was right. Native speakers don't use perfect grammar in real life. They say things like gonna instead of going to, wanna instead of want to, kinda instead of kind of. They focus on the flow, not perfection. So if you ever get stuck thinking, is this grammatically correct? Forget it. Just speak. The goal of language is connection, not perfection. Part 14. Breaking the fear of judgment. You know what stops people the most? The fear of being judged. You think people will laugh at your accent or mistakes. But let me tell you something powerful. People admire courage, not perfection. When you speak English, Americans don't care about your accent. They care that you're trying. Many of my friends in the US actually found my accent interesting. They said, "It sounds cool, so stop hiding your accent. It's your identity, your story. Speak proudly, even if you sound different, because different is beautiful." Part 15. Think in English. The ultimate secret. This is the biggest secret. You'll never speak fluently if you keep translating in your mind. When you hear dog, don't think of the word in your native language. Imagine a dog directly. That's how native speakers think. Try this mini exercise. Every time you see something, name it in English. If you see a car, say car. If you see coffee, say coffee. If you see the sun, say it's sunny today. Slowly, English becomes your brain's default language. Part 16. My daily English routine in the US. Here's what my real English routine looked like when I lived in San Francisco. Morning. I'd read one English article on CNN or The Verge. While eating breakfast, I'd listen to an English podcast. While driving, I'd speak to myself about random topics. At work, I'd greet everyone in English, even if it was just, "Good morning, how's it going?" Evening, I'd watch an English show with subtitles. Night, I'd write a small English journal about my day. I did this every single day for 6 months. And one day, I realized I wasn't thinking about speaking anymore. I was just speaking. That's fluency. Part 17. What to do when you get stuck. Even now, sometimes I forget words. Everyone does. When that happens, don't panic. Here's what I do. Instead of freezing, I explain the meaning in simple words. For example, if I forget the word umbrella, I say, "It's the thing we use when it rains." That's communication, and it works every time. Don't stop just because you don't know one word. Use the words you do know. Part 18. How to sound natural. Here's a quick tip. Americans speak with rhythm and emotion. They use expressions like, "You know what I mean? That's crazy. Oh, come on. No way." Try adding these into your speech. It makes you sound more natural and confident. Also, work on intonation. Don't speak in a flat tone. Add life to your words. Smile while speaking. It changes your voice energy completely. Part 19. English is emotion, not just language. English isn't about knowing words. It's about feeling them. When you say, "I'm happy," feel happiness. When you say, "I'm tired," let it sound real. The more emotion you put into your English, the more natural you'll sound. That's how real Americans speak. With expression. Part 20. Final message. Your turn. Now, my dear friend, it's your turn. You already understand English. That means your brain is ready. You just have to let your tongue catch up. Don't wait for tomorrow. Start today. Talk to yourself. Record your voice. Join a speaking group, or even comment below in English. Because every word you speak today takes you one step closer to fluency. Remember, fluency doesn't come from studying. It comes from speaking. Thank you so much for watching, my friend. If this video helped you even a little, don't forget to share it with someone who's still afraid to speak English. Now tell me in the comments. Question 1. What's the biggest fear that stops you from speaking English confidently? Question 2. What's one new thing you'll start doing from today to improve your speaking? I can't wait to read your answers. Remember, English isn't just a language. It's a skill, a tool, a bridge to connect with the world. You already understand it. Now it's time to speak it. You've got this.